Our next guest says we must acknowledge that care is an infrastructure investment. Massachusetts Democratic Congresswoman and Assistant Speaker of the House, Katherine Clark, joins us now. Congresswoman, before we get to American Families Plan, the American Rescue Plan acknowledged the importance of child care, and there is $39 billion designated for it. And we're just a month out, so a majority of that money hasn't been implemented yet. On top of that, American Families calls for another $225 billion. Do we need to wait and see how the impact from the rescue plan money works out before doling out more?
No, we don't, Stephanie. And good morning. What we know is that childcare was an industry that, operated on the slimmest margins in the best of times. And that money, that $40 billion, is what we need for stabilization. But if we want women in our workforce, and we know that the economic fallout from this pandemic is nothing short of catastrophic for women and their participation in our workforce and our economy, we have to make these long-term investments in childcare and making sure that we have paid leave and equal pay policies. All of this vital economic infrastructure that is necessary for not just returning to the status quo, but building an inclusive economy that works for women.
It's a vicious cycle. If we don't have child care, we can't get jobs. If we want to have a good job, we need to have child care. I want to talk about this jobs number because there's so much noise around it with this headline that people aren't going back to work because they're getting more on unemployment. In your mind, is it too much unemployment money, or is it that the jobs that do exist aren't paying living wages?
It is the fundamentals that we need to look at. Systemic change like childcare, paid leave policies, the child tax credit that are going to help families and in specific women be successful. Just last week, I had a small business roundtable in my district with restaurant owners, local Chamber of Commerce representatives. The issue they identified for me in getting their employees back was childcare. With schools closed and childcare centers still either shuttered or operating at low capacity, that was the number one reason that those employees cannot get back to work. And so we've known about these systemic problems for a very long time, but the pandemic has brought them into stark relief. If we want to make change, get this economy working for families again, these are the investments we need to make.
Let's stay on those small businesses, because it's not just that people aren't necessarily going back to work. We are seeing well over 1 million people. I mean, Amazon alone hired 500,000 people in the last year. Many of those people came from the service industry, came from small businesses that shut down during the pandemic. Now that we're reopening, how does small business in America compete with an Amazon, a Walmart that can start at $16 an hour and can offer health care?
Yeah, we have to make sure that our small businesses are supported. They are our economic main streets, and they are the backbone of our economy. Well, it's part of it's what we did in the American Rescue Plan, making sure that we are getting money to small businesses, helping our restaurants get through this period and be able to hire those employees. But all of this comes back to these systemic investments that we need to make. Childcare is at the crux of this, and elder care. I wrote a piece for Mother's Day this year where I talked about when I came into Congress, having young children and two parents who were suffering severe illnesses, that tension that it put on my experience, having a job in Congress where I could take a day off. I had good health insurance. We need to make sure that every single family and every small business is able to make a living wage and have the care that they need so they can care for their loved ones and not have to choose between that and a paycheck.
Take me to your state, because there's been a lot of discussion around removing the cap on state and local tax deductions, especially in high tax states like yours. I want to share what Senator Bernie Sanders said when he was asked about removing this cap.
It sends a terrible, terrible message. So ultimately, what you have got to do, and fairness to Schumer and Pelosi, it is hard when you have tiny margins, but you have got to make it clear which side you are on. And you can't be on the side of the wealthy and the powerful if you're going to really fight for working families.
You represent what would be called a rich blue state. What's your response to that?
You know, as we are looking at how we can make these investments, these huge investments that are necessary to build the economy that we want, we have to look at the tax code and how we're going to pay it. And I agree with President Biden. This is a time to rebalance, to make sure that the very wealthiest and our largest corporations, 50 of our largest paid zero in income tax.
I'm not talking about corporate taxes. I'm talking about SALT, state and local taxes. The people of Massachusetts.
State and local taxes. This is an issue that we have seen our caucus come out strongly. Certain members in districts like mine say that they want to see. But we can't just take one piece of the tax code. We have to look at rebalancing and making sure that everyone is paying their fair share. So to look at one piece of this in isolation, I don't think is effective. Let's look at the entire tax code and make sure that working families don't continue to pay the burden of taxes that way exceeds the wealthiest of Americans. So we are going to do an analysis in the House of where we are with this tax code, looking at President Biden's suggestions on how we can rebalance to make it more fair for families. That's what our work is doing through the American Rescue Plan, through the American Families Plan. The infrastructure investments we're looking at are done by talking to families at home and addressing those issues around the kitchen table and bringing them to reality. We can't go back to the status quo. Let's build an economy that includes everyone.
Kitchen table economics. Everyone wants to be financially secure, socially free, physically safe. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.